Whiskers' dark secrets unveiled. It all started on a Tuesday, the day the neighborhood cat, whom I affectionately called Whiskers, brought me a peculiar object. It was small, metallic, and intricately carved with symbols I couldn't recognize. At first, I dismissed it as a trinket from someone's garden, but Whiskers' piercing gaze told me otherwise. There was something unsettlingly alive about it, something that whispered to me in a language just beyond comprehension. I should have known that accepting it would lead me down a path I couldn't avoid, but curiosity got the better of me. As the days passed, Whiskers continued to bring me more objects. Each was stranger than the last: a shard of glass that bent light unnaturally, a feather that seemed to pulse like a heartbeat, and finally, a stone that appeared to hum when held close. I began to notice that with every gift, my dreams grew more vivid and terrifying. I saw glimpses of a world teetering on the edge of our own, filled with shadowy figures that seemed to beckon me closer. The line between waking and dreaming blurred, and I often found myself waking up in places I couldn't remember going to. By the time the final gift arrived, a small, obsidian mirror that reflected not my face, but an endless void, I was beyond sleep-deprived and paranoid. The whispers from the objects grew louder, forming coherent words that promised a destiny intertwined with this other world. Whiskers would sit by my window at night, eyes glowing with an unnatural light, as if urging me to accept my role in whatever dark prophecy was unfolding. It was clear that these objects were not meant for this world, and neither, it seemed, was I anymore. In the end, I couldn't resist the pull any longer. Holding the mirror, I felt my consciousness slip away, drawn into the reflections of this. As I faded, I realized that Whiskers was no ordinary cat but a harbinger of a fate I was meant to embrace. The last thing I saw was my own eyes staring back at me from the void, now filled with the same unearthly glow. I understood, too late, that the gifts were never truly gifts. They were keys to a destiny I couldn't escape, one where the boundary between worlds no longer existed, and I was forever trapped in the twilight between them.